Good morning, bro. Good morning.
There you go. You've now recovered. You've come back to yourself, to your senses.
God. Oh, God. I can't believe it. You know, instead of you to just take it like that, just accept that I had greeted you first. You know, you want to rub it in my face. Anyway,
I'm not
that's
rubbing
fine.
anything. I'm celebrating you for doing the right thing.
I know. Oh my goodness, celebrate me for doing the right thing. Anyway, thank you for that. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, good. I don't know, there's something looks different about your background, Bibby.
Remember last week, you know, you were somewhere completely different. And you know, this is the beauty of SonRise, right? Yeah. We just do different things. I wish I could actually go outside to see where, to show you where I am right now. I'd love to rub it in your face and all of that. I mean, viewers, not in your faces. Don't mind, Prof.
Too late.
Basically, yes, I'm not at home. I'm away. Not in the country at the moment. Actually, I can tell you, yes, I'm in the UAE. You know, like
yeah, of course. You couldn't wait to say that. You're making it look like somebody's making. I know you've always wanted to say that. Go ahead, say it, then. Yes. And specifically, you're not in the UAE, just anywhere. You're in a specific place. Is that correct?
I am in a specific place. I am in Dubai. I mean, I'm loving the 26 degrees right now. You know,
Bibby, you know the only way you can top this is to say you are in the Burj Al Arab. Then we can. If it's not, then just don't tell us where you are. Because
don't worry. I'm taking SonRise there very soon. So yes, and all our viewers can join us as well. But anyways, yes. Viewers, thank you for joining us this morning. It's your favorite Sunday morning show, the SonRise. Please do let your friends and family know that we are live. Thank you again for joining us. Prof, how was your week? You know, I mean, you know, I've had a very, very so far.
You had a great week, yes. It's been somewhere between 6 and 12 degrees most of the week. Fine. It gets dark at about 4 o'clock or so. Maybe great. That's lovely. That's wonderful. We love it here. Can't wait to have you back.
Yeah, right.
It's great. You know.
Good. It's good to hear that. Yes. So, Prof, this morning, I know you know this is what November, and we said last week on the show that soon it will be our 1 year anniversary of SonRise. You know, and we have quite a lot in pipeline for even the Christmas period as well. So, viewers, you don't want to miss any of the episodes coming soon. So, please make sure you plug in, okay? Prof, this morning, I'd like us to talk about something really interesting and, I mean, has different meanings, different definitions to it. And what is that thing? It is basically respect. Respect, for me, you know, just thinking about, as you know, right now, I'm away and I've seen a few things around me and the way people speak to other people, you know, even being in conversations with other people, how people kind of respond and all, how we show respect. And it actually got me in that place of, you know, what does respect even mean? You know, when we say I respect you, so I could respect you as Prof because, I know Prof is well knowledge, he's knowledgeable, he knows so many things, he's very, very vast in so many things, right? But do I respect the person of Prof outside of everything that you know, you understand? Or is my respect just based on the fact that I know that you're a Prof? You know, that, you know, you have that level. So for instance, if I bring it very close to home, do I respect Pastor Temi because he is Pastor Temi? Or I respect him as him? Let's take away the pastor now as Dr. Temi. Do you understand? Like, I mean, take away the title. Let's just take away the title and just say, as that individual, as Pastor Temi or as Prof, do I respect you? And I just want us to talk about it, just to hear your own view as well on this. And maybe there are a few things that you can share with us on what respect means. And as you know, definitely we're not going to finish this in this first segment. But let's just kind of lay the foundation before we move on. So, Prof, over to you.
Yeah. Actually, you've just given us an onion there to unpack and peel back the layers, and we may need to, revisit this. But respect, that's a loaded word you've used here, and I like the way you've given that illustration, because you've already started to point out what this is all about. I don't think we need to define respect. I think everybody listening understands what respect is, even if they couldn't tell you the dictionary definition of it. Culturally speaking, they recognize respect when they see it. Everybody says, I know respect when I see it, I know disrespect when I see it. So the focus for us is not going to be so much on trying to define these terms, but really to understand what they mean and to unpack the different aspects of that. And one thing where I would like to actually start is that fundamental element of it, the fundamental aspect of it. If you like, the first layer and the first level of respect, the most fundamental of it, which is the respect of the imprint of humanity, right? The imprint of humanity. Okay. I was going to say something else, but I'll get to that point later on. But when I say that, I say ultimately the most fundamental level of respect is to recognize that at the end of the day, there is a sacredness that is upon every one of us simply because we go by the title, if I may use that word, of mankind. But there's a basic respect associated with that. And that means, like you said, bottom line, doesn't matter what the title is not, doesn't matter what the position is not, doesn't matter what's lacking, doesn't matter what's missing. At the end of the day, this is humanity, this is mankind. Okay. And so there's that humanity and human level of respect. But then beyond that, there's actually what I would call the personal level of respect. Right? So this fundamental and basic level, look, you don't need to know the person. You don't need to have met them. You don't need to know anything about them. It doesn't matter what they look like or what they don't look like. That's the basic and fundamental human level of respect. But the step above that is where we get to the personal level. Right? Yeah. So this is where recognition, you know the person, and there are certain things about them that I guess commands that respect, either their achievements or their position, whatever it is, right? It can be positional, it can be accolade driven, whatever it is, that's still personal respect because there's a level of personal recognition involved. Where you would say, oh, I didn't realize this. Now I know this, my respect for you is affected one way or another. But that's not all there is. Okay? We're still talking of individual. Both of these measures of respect, or these elements of respect that I've talked about, are still individual, whether you're talking of the human and humanity element of it or the personal element of it. But then there is the more the bigger, the different perspective, which I'll call the institutional respect. Okay. And then you look at different kinds of institutions. I mean, every institution, for example, the royal family, there is a respect that people accord to that institution. Not with individuals necessarily, not the respect that is given to all mankind, but just because they are part of that family. But there is also a respect of ideas as an institution, right? So what does respect mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that you agree with the idea. It means that you respect that idea's right to exist. There's the respect for movements, okay? And there's a respect for faiths. Okay, and I think on that note, I know we're come to the time where we need to be moving over to Spotlight Minutes. What I want to leave this is, when we come back, I think that I would like to explore the differences between that individual level of respect and institutional respect, and where I think a lot of the time we get it wrong.
Right, that's great, Prof. Thank you very much for that. Viewers, please do not go anywhere. When we come back, it will be our Spotlight Minutes. We'll see you shortly.
See you.
You are at war, even if you did not know it. Becoming a believer is enrollment into warfare. But our warfare is not against flesh and blood. It is spiritual. Witches, warlocks, wizards, demons, devils, and more are naturally arrayed against us. Yet, in Christ, the victory is already guaranteed, though the warfare must still be prosecuted. How do we win this war? From 7:25 p.m. every Wednesday this month, it's going to be a masterclass on spiritual warfare. Come learn how to really win the warfare behind the scenes. This is not one you want to miss. Invite someone along too. It will thank you later. See you there.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Zuby. Hello, Bibby.
Yes,
good morning, Ma. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. How are
That
you?
very big ma, and you're thinking, look at this very young lady. Easy. Well, actually, you know what? On that note, actually, we've called you Sister Debbie, and we clearly know who you are. But I know that quite a few people watching may not know who you are. So, do you want to tell us one thing about yourself that those watching may not know?
I hate Brussels sprouts.
I like that.
You hate Brussels sprouts.
I don't like what I eat.
I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm not sure what to think about that, especially given that Christmas is coming with the turkey and all that. But anyway.
Exactly. I picked that vegetable on purpose.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dear.
Well, it's good. I like the way you said it. It was like, let's not mistake anything here. There's no mistaking this. I hate it.
No doubt in my voice.
Anyway, so we know that about you now, and we know that if we're ever giving you any vegetables, don't give Sister Debbie Brussels sprouts, because
she's just being a Grinch.
Oh wow! Well, thank you for that, and welcome again for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you.
You've joined for our Spotlight Minutes, and as you well know, we have two different options for you this morning. The first option being all about you. This is where Prof would ask you some random questions about yourself, and then you answer as many as possible in the 30 seconds. Or tell me something. Tell me something is where I will give you a word. Not like a verb, and then you can use it as many times as possible in sentences that actually do make sense, under 30 seconds. And then we just count how many times you're able to make use of that word. So, Sister Debbie, for this morning, what would be your option?
I'll go with myself.
Okay, say all about you. So, okay, maybe opportunity for us to learn a bit more about you again. So that is absolutely fine. As I said, Prof will read out the question, but as I always say, if you're not sure of a question, as opposed to trying to work out what the answer is, just say pass, so Prof can read another question to you, just to save yourself some time. And the timer will be on the screen, but if you can't see it, do not worry at all. I will tell you when the time starts and when it ends. Okay? Okay. Sister Debbie, are you ready to go?
No. Well, I'll go.
I was going to say, all right, Prof, let's give another few minutes to be ready.
No way.
Okay, that's good. So she's ready. Prof, are you ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go.
Okay, Sister Debbie, your 30 seconds starts now.
What's your favorite emoji?
A smiley face.
What's your favorite sport?
Football.
What's one thing you never ever get bored of?
Learning new things.
What's the first concert you attended?
Shina Peters.
What's the last show that you binge watched?
The Maid on Netflix.
What's the one food item you hate?
Brussels sprouts.
What's your Nicely done. Well done. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think for that consistency, you should probably get a point. I mean, that's consistent. Some people, somebody else would have said something else, but you said, I said Brussels sprouts.
I have to say that, Prof, when she told you our first concert, you literally had to, it was like as if you were going to say, seriously? Like,
yeah, well, I saw your face as well.
Back in the day, that's why. Back in the day.
But that was good. That was like, what, six questions?
Yeah.
Yes, well.
And you know what? You were still just so calm about it. It didn't feel like you answered 6 questions. Yeah.
I know.
I have this weird thing that I do when I'm under pressure. I stay calm.
No, that was good.
It's not weird at all. That's very good. That is very good, because that means you can still be well aware of what's happening around you when you're under pressure. Oh, wow. Fantastic job. Well done.
Thank you.
Very much. Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you've had fun. We have had fun. Yes. Please don't go anywhere. Of course, after this, it's going to be service, but we'll see you in service anyway. Thank you again. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
What if you have more going for you than you even know? What if your potential has not been truly realised? What if you were more powerful than you ever imagined? What if your God is even bigger than you could have ever thought? This November, let us go on a journey of discovery and uncover truths that will change our lives forever. Every Sunday at House on the Rock London, it's going to be discovery after discovery. Join us in person or online, starting with our SonRise talk show now at 9:30 a.m, followed immediately by our worship experience at 10 a.m. Don't keep this to yourself. Invite someone along too. It's going to be revelatory.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well done, Sister Debbie. That was so good. You know, sometimes you come across some people who are very, like, they're firecrackers, you know, like they come and they're very, and then you come and see those ones that are very calm and they're just flying, behaving like nothing has happened. Yeah. That was really good. That was really good. Well done, Sister Debbie. Anyways, viewers, thank you. For those who are just joining us, in case you missed the first segment of this show, you have to watch that back. And so, Prof, let's go back to the conversation we started earlier. We're talking about respect, right? And where you left that conversation before we went on the spotlight in minutes was on respect for individuals and respect for institution. And we're just going to go into that. So, Prof, can we pick up from there? Just very briefly.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Bibby. So yes, I think we're talking about this distinction between respect for individuals and institutions. And for individuals, there were at least two levels. One being that fundamental respect for humanity, right? Mankind level. I respect this individual just because they are human. Nothing else, right? So strip out everything else. But then there is the next level, which is personality. So respect for personality, right? Personal respect, where you recognize certain things about the person, their achievement, their position, whatever it is, their role, their impact in your life, then that itself engenders additional respect. Then I was talking then about the other side of it, which is institutional. And institutional respect can be respect for an organization, right? For an institution, for example, the royal family. It's not about the individual, it's about the institution and what that institution represents. There's institutional respect when it comes to ways of doing things, shared values, cultures, right? And I'm taking these, I guess I'm being very deliberate about the way I'm saying this, because I think simply as people, number one, human beings, and as a people, and that article can refer to either people of faith or people of specific cultures. As long as we identify with a particular institution, often we find ourselves disrespecting other institutions. We don't often make that connection that this is disrespect. Somehow we don't see the disconnect between how we say, yes, of course, we show respect to this person as a human being, we don't have any prejudice. And then suddenly when we realize that they subscribe, say, to a different institution, be that a culture, be that a value system, be that a worldview, a school of thought, whatever it is. Once we find out that they subscribe to an institution with which we may not agree, suddenly we lose our respect. And you know what, Bibby? I think that actually respect should not only be for individuals. It should be also for institutions, right? And I need to be careful and very clear when I say that. When I say respect, and this is one thing we need to be very clear about, let's not get it confused. Respect does not mean acquiescence, okay? Respect does not mean that you are completely in alignment with what the person is saying. It doesn't even mean you agree with the person. In fact, respect doesn't mean that you like the person. You don't have to like somebody to respect. Okay? So, and that's why, so when I say respect for institutions, I'm not saying that you need to like institution. I'm not even saying you need to agree with the institution. I'm saying that there should be a respect, because in this case, respect actually tells us less about the other person or institution. It tells us all about you. Because the other person or institution does not change. It's the way you come across. That's what respect is. So respect is not about the person or institution receiving it. It's about the person giving it. And what I'm simply saying is that if we are going to be consistent with our respect, then it should not be acceptable to us that we respect individuals and then turn around and disrespect the very institutions with which those individuals are aligned.
So, Prof, if I can just interrupt you there very, very quickly. Yeah. So what you're saying basically is that the height of respect is when you can respect someone even though you don't like them.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
Because I feel like it's a lot easier to respect someone that you like. Do you understand? Oh, you like them, of course you would respect them. But or let's say you agree with what they are saying or what they are doing, and then you can respect them for that. But how much does it take? You know, like it actually takes a whole lot to respect someone that has completely different views to you, and probably you guys don't align in any way, shape, or form, but you can still respect them because you're choosing to say. A friend of mine said recently that, you know, someone said to her about, if someone tells you this is how I feel, you know, you have to respect that is how they feel, not because you can feel it or you understand it or you don't understand it, but you have to be able to respect the fact that this is how this person feels. And yes. So for me, it's like that the height of respect is when you can actually respect someone when you do not even agree with them.
Yes. And that's the point, right? And that's the point when I talk about institutions. I mean, let's not get bogged down with the word institution. You can call it whatever you like, but the idea is that this is something beyond the individual, and that particular perspective is not unique to that person, right? Yeah. So you see this in things like politics, right? But more importantly to our conversation, because you can talk about this in many different perspectives, but more important for our discussion this morning is when it comes to the issue of faith, if you like, the issue of religion. I think that one of the places where I see a lot people of faith, particularly our faith, where unfortunately I think people leave a lot to be desired. It's where when you see them talking about other worldviews, which by definition they don't agree with, the kind of disrespect that they show is just not acceptable, right? It is not acceptable to make fun of somebody else's worldview. It's not acceptable to misrepresent that worldview. Yeah. Just because you're trying to make a point, right? And then you misrepresent that worldview, so that it's because if you put the shoe on the other foot, it's just not, you know. Imagine how you would feel if you were in a gathering or in a place and you went there, maybe somebody invited you there, somebody who is a friend of yours and you know their worldview, and you went in there, and what were they doing? They were making fun of your worldview, of your faith. Does that become a problem simply because you saw them doing it, or would it still be a problem whether or not you were there? Right? So as people that hold ourselves to a higher standard, it is not acceptable, in my view, that we say, yes, we love all men and we respect people and so forth, and then we make fun, we mock, we disrespect outright things that other people hold value, to hold close to their hearts, right? We may disagree, and in fact, that's the whole point. We call them other views because we don't agree with them. But disagreement is not equal to disrespect. Yes, I can talk about the fact that, you know, I don't agree with what somebody else's spouse said without calling that spouse stupid, right? Because whatever I'm trying to say, once I've said, oh, that was a stupid thing to say, how do you think the person is going to feel? You just called my spouse stupid and you want me to continue listening to what you're saying. You've disrespected them. And by doing that, you've disrespected me. And then you wonder why? Why did he get upset? Why did she get upset? Really? Yeah. So I think it's that self-awareness. I think that as a people, this is a call to us to become, to look beyond self. It's not consistent with who we say we are, that we say we love and respect individuals as first for being human beings made in the image of God, and then we recognize their achievements and who they are as a personality, and then we turn around and very, very disrespectfully mock what it is that they believe. We may disagree, but we can be respectful enough to actually make them want to have a conversation with us about it. But I know we could continue on this for a long time, Bibby, but I know that we've got something exciting to tell people about.
Yes, Prof, we definitely do. Just before we go to that, I just want to say, yes, viewers, let's keep respecting one another, you know, let's keep having these conversations. It's important for us to understand that we all are not going to see things the same way all the time, but the main message here is that we have respect for each other's views. Now, to the interesting announcement, you know, we did mention this last week. I'm sure some of you missed it, but for those who didn't and those who missed it, for this morning, just to let you know, in about a few weeks, SonRise will be one. A whole 1 year. The show has been live. Wow. I mean, like, where did the year go? And to celebrate that, we are going to be having a special episode of the show. And this one, it's going to be a live session, right, streaming directly from the Rock Tower. So you don't want to miss this. Prof, do you want to tell our viewers a bit more about it, please?
Yeah. So actually, to build on that, so why are we telling you this? Well, we know that a lot of you you've been watching this show right from the first episode. You haven't missed any. A lot of you have also been guests here. So we want to give you this opportunity to let us know if you would like to be part of the live audience for that day. Obviously, we can't make any promises, and we have to respect capacity restrictions. So it would have to be first come, first served. That's why we're announcing it here, because those who are watching are the ones that will see it first and hear about it first. So reach out to us, send us a message, and let us know whether you want to be part of that live episode from the Rock Tower. It's on Sunday, the 28th of November. Be quick, grab your phone and let us know. Right?
Yes, don't delay, people. Don't delay. Remember, this is going to be happening in the Rock Tower on the 28th of November. And guess what? Who knows? Maybe the next 6 months we're going to be go to Dubai or even Miami. You know, and be having the live.
And it will be only those who've joined this one that will be able to come to this.
Exactly. So you don't want to miss out. You don't want to delay. Please do reach out to us and we'll give you more details. Thank you all so very much. Let's look forward to that day. I'm really excited about the day, and Prof is as well. Of course, we've come to the end of the show this morning. Again, thank you for joining us. It's been great. We've enjoyed this session. Prof, it is time for service. And as always, please take us into service.
Where did the month go, Bibby? It's 14th of November. That's already halfway thereabout into the month. And you know what? Nothing to worry about. We look forward to the year coming to an end. Yeah. We look forward to the month coming to an end. There's so much to celebrate, so much to be grateful for to God. And in this month, we're looking at discovery. What else are we going to discover? Don't go away. Come with us and discover what we're going to discover with Pastor Timmy at the Rock Tower in a few minutes. God bless you. See you there.
See you guys.